Howdy kids, it's me, Bob Harris, Football Diehards. We've got our Saturday injury review, and it's a whopper, so let's get going. For the Carolina Panthers, Cam Newton with the concussion, Jonathan Stewart with the hamstring, and Kelvin Benjamin with the knee, all listed as questionable, all expected to play. Newton's been fully cleared. He's practiced all week. Same with Stewart. Expect all of them to go. Benjamin had the knee issue last week. They gave him a day of maintenance. He comes back and played without any problem. For the claim in New Orleans, Mark Ingram had an illness on Thursday. Came back on Friday. Practiced fully. No issues there. For the Cleveland Browns, Josh McCown's been ruled out. Cody Kessler will continue to start at quarterback. Gary Barnidge has hip and forearm injuries. He's listed as questionable. Was limited in practice all week. Seems like he'll go, but you'll need to watch that. Remember, rookie Corey Coleman is about 2 weeks away from a return. So if you're playing ahead on the waiver wire, keep him in mind. For the Patriots, LeGarrette Blount, knee or hip. Julian Edelman, foot. There's so many of them, it's hard to keep track. Rob Gronkowski, illness and hamstring. Martellus Bennett, ankle. Malcolm Mitchell, elbow. All listed as questionable. I would expect them all to play. Usual deal with the Patriots. Everybody worked on a limited basis this week, except Gronk missed Friday because of the illness. Tyler Eifert on the other side of the ball has been ruled out with the back and ankle. The back more of an issue, obviously. That's something we're going to have to watch. Talking to local reporters, this could be a Week 9 thing even. For the Miami Dolphins, Arian Foster is a game-time decision coming back from hamstring and groin issues. He's a true game-time decision, according to Adam Gase. Kenyon Drake, Jay Ajayi, Kenyon Drake standing by, Damian Williams as needed. Jordan Cameron, tight end, has been ruled out. The concussion is a bad one. It's the fourth of his career, and there's talk about his future being in question. For the Pittsburgh Steelers, other side of the ball, Sammy Coates listed as questionable with what they're calling a lacerated finger. Actually, multiple reports say it's a broken finger that he suffered it before the half last week. They taped it up and he played. Sound like he caught the ball well Friday in practice. We're in a splint on the finger, so expect him to go, but you need to watch out. Marcus Wheaton is out with the shoulder issue. Kind of been an ongoing thing for him. So we'll need to watch that. Eli Rogers returns, however, the slot man from a toe injury. Charles Clay, questionable for the Buffalo Bills. As usual, expect him to play. Rashad Jennings looks like he could return from a 3-week absence with a thumb injury. He's listed as questionable as well, going against Baltimore. Pretty tough defense. On the other side of the ball, Mike Wallace, listed as questionable, has a chest injury, worked fully on Friday, non-contact jersey, but he took part in the whole practice. Steve Smith's not going to play, right? Listed as doubtful, ankle injury, maybe more Kamar Aiken this week. For the Bears, Alshon Jeffrey, it's the usual litany there. Alshon Jeffrey with the hamstring, Eddie Royal with the calf, Zach Miller with the ribs, Kadeem Carey with the hamstring, all listed as questionable. Expect them all to play just like last week. In fact, Eddie Royal actually got in a day of practice this week, which he didn't last week. So expect them all to go. Jeremy Langford doubtful with the ankle. Jay Cutler doubtful with the right thumb. Talk that Brian Hoyer could hold on to that job beyond Cutler's recovery from that injury. For the Detroit Lions, Theo Riddick has been ruled out. Eric Ebron also ruled out. Ankle for Riddick, ankle and knee for Ebron. That leaves Dwayne Washington and Justin Forsett as the tailbacks. Washington has been listed as questionable. Missed last week with an ankle injury. Sounds like he could go. Nobody knows how that split's going to go. That's going to be one you're going to have to deal with. Anquan Boldin listed as questionable. With an ankle injury, expect him to play. He always does. Other side of the ball, Brian Quick turned up with a calf injury on Friday, listed as questionable. Never good when someone shows up on Friday, so watch that one. For the Washington Redskins, Jordan Reed, 6 concussion dating back to college, listed as questionable. Don't expect him to play. He's got to go through the protocol. It's a process that takes time. He didn't enter it until Tuesday, so I'm not very optimistic. Josh Doxson, the rookie receiver, also out there with the Achilles. Late afternoon kickoffs. Eddie Lacy, listed as questionable. Did work some this week. Seems like he's heading in the right direction, but that's going to be a true game time decision. We may know more about that later Saturday. Watch the updates there. Same with James Starks. Turned up with a knee injury on Tuesday, then had to leave the team for a family funeral. The rest of the week wasn't scheduled back until sometime today. Today is Saturday. So watch that one. Jared Cook has also been ruled out. At the halfback, we could see some Randall Cobb and Ty Montgomery getting carries in the backfield there. For the for the Cowboys, Dez Bryant listed as questionable. It's the usual deal for him right now. They have a bye next week. You wonder if they'll hurry him back, but he's worked on a limited basis all week. You'll need to watch that one. Jason Witten, chest. Dan Bailey, back. Lance Dunbar, knee. All listed as questionable. I would expect Bailey and Witten to play as usual. Bailey's been playing through his injury the last 2 weeks. Tony Romo due back week 8, week 9. Then we'll have the conundrum. Do they take out Dak Prescott, who's been successful? Maybe we'll see how that one plays out, but there's drama ahead there. For the Seahawks, CJ Prosise is questionable with a wrist injury. Ongoing issue, says he needs another week probably. For the Oakland Raiders, Latavius Murray ruled out for the second straight week with a toe injury against the Chiefs. Clive Walford is questionable. With Murray out, we'll see DeAndre Washington, Jalen Richard, Jameis Ola-Wale, all in the mix. Yes, I can say that. All in the mix against the Chiefs. The Chiefs are all healthy. Sunday night game, T.Y. Hilton listed as questionable. Seems like a normal thing for him. It's a hip injury this week. He practiced fully on Friday, expected to play. Quan Bray, questionable with a shin injury. Seems less likely. I don't know that he practiced all week. Dante Moncrief still a couple weeks away from his return. Will Fuller for the Texans listed as questionable. Expect him to play, but you're going to need to watch and have a viable fallback. Monday night game, Carson Palmer, concussion, fully cleared, working fully all week. It would take a big setback for him not to play. Expect him to go Monday night. Other side of the ball, Austin Seferian-Jenkins has been limited. My guess is he'll play. Eric Decker, placed on IR, had shoulder surgery on Tuesday. It's going to be a long recovery. There you have it. As always, you'll want to check the late-breaking news section of the site Sunday morning and throughout the day, Sunday and Monday, for all the inactive announcements. And be sure to check out all the regular columns and features we have at your disposal to keep you a step ahead of the competition. Thanks a lot.